Hello. Sorry guys for the late uh, notice. Okay, suddenly I have something tomorrow, so I will record this lecture short and sweet. Okay, the topic for this week is actually pretty straightforward. So some slides, because we have 90 slides here, will be pretty fast. And as usual, if you have any questions, you can always come and see me, or you can text me personally. All right. So the outlines for today is the first one is about water, the second one is about vitamins, and the third one is about mineral. Okay. So in the previous week we learned about the macronutrient, okay, which is about the three major nutrient. The first one is fat, second is carbohydrate, and the third one is protein. This week we will learn about the vitamins, okay, especially the fat and water soluble vitamin. Second about the water, and the third one is about the mineral. Okay, so if you were playing a word game and your partner said vitamins, how would you respond? Okay, this one should be done in the class. Maybe we will do it next time, okay, when we have the face-to-face lecture. Okay, says here, can the food be medicine? The first one is a mom encourages her children to eat carrot because, as you know, carrot is orange in color, so it means that carrot have a lot of vitamin A. Okay, second, a physician gives a newborn a dose of something to protect against blood loss. Okay, as you know, the most important nutrient for the blood clotting is actually vitamin K. Okay, so usually the physician or the doctor will give the vitamin K to the newborn. And the third one, a dad takes his children to enjoy the fresh air and sunshine because they need the, okay, this one is obviously vitamin D. Okay, because vitamin D requires sunlight to become active in the body. Okay, introduction to the nutrient for this week. Okay, vitamin, minerals, and water are nutrients that work with energy providing nutrient to be sure that the body functions properly. Okay, water is the most vital nutrient because it provides the means for all the nutrients to be carried and mixed throughout the body. It says here eating a variety of food in right amount is usually all you need to get the daily supply of vitamin and mineral. Okay, especially if you refer to the food pyramid. The most important thing when you eat a lot of vegetable and fruits, try to choose different color of vitamins of vegetable and fruits, and also take enough amount of animal product. Okay, for example, the milk. Secondly, the maybe the liver, and then also the meat. Okay, so if you are vegetarian, maybe you need to take some supplement. Okay, we will see in the table in this lecture notes later on, okay, why some of the animal product is important, okay, to be consumed. Okay, so for water, as you can see in this picture, top left hand side, okay, it's actually about osmosis, pretty straightforward. And the picture to your right is actually to show you guys that everything in our body consists of water, even in the cell, even in between the cell, and also in the blood. Okay, so as you know, water is very important to carry nutrient and waste product throughout the body. In fact, everything that we eat, okay, will be processed in the liver, and the liver will convert this chemical into water soluble product, so it can be excreted, or it can be uh, it can be excreted in the urine and also in the feces. It also important to maintain the structure of large molecules such as protein and glycogen. Okay, as you know, this protein and glycogen, they can attract water. Okay, so it will retain the structure of this large molecule. The third one, it participates in metabolic reaction, especially if you can see most of the chemical reaction in body, the final product is water. And this water is also important in hydrolysis reaction to split the molecule into two different products. Next, it can serve as a solvent, okay, for mineral, vitamin, and amino acid, especially all the macromolecule in the body. The next one, it can act as lubricant and cushion around the joint and inside the eyes. So that's why our eyes can move, and that's why our joint can absorb some impact from the physical activity. Then it can aid in the regulation of normal body temperature, straightforward, eh? And finally, it can maintain the blood volume between 6 to 7 liters. Okay, water, it says here, distribution of fluid in body tend to be constant. It means that it will be about the same amount in all the body parts. Okay, electrolytes, solutes, and protein influence the water movement. For example, the edema. Okay, so if there is extra protein in certain part of the body, it can attract water and it can give some sort of deficiency to that area of the body. Okay, so that's why sometimes if you have a lot of protein, it will become swelling in the area. We call as edema. It says here kidney regulate blood volume and pressure by reabsorbing necessary substances and water while excreting waste and excess water in the urine. Okay, pretty straightforward, eh? Kidney, okay, it says here day because we have two kidneys. It can they adjust urine volume and concentration throughout the day to accommodate changes in the body, including variations in food and beverage intake. So that's why if we consume less water, okay, our urine tend to have different color, okay, because the kidney will adjust this water content in our body so that we have enough water in the body and we don't urinate too much. Okay, hormones like antidiuretic hormone, renin, angiotensin, and aldosterone instruct the kidney whether to retain or release the substances. Okay, because this can act as the regulator in the body. Okay, throughout the kidney, through the kidney. Okay, so if you have face-to-face lecture, maybe I can show you these three pictures, but I hope you can find this one by yourself. Okay, the first picture is about the cholera outbreak that happens back 50 years ago, I think. Second is some of the symptoms that can manifest, okay, if you lose too much water, usually throughout the cholera. And finally, this blue picture is actually the feces, okay, that you excreted during the cholera. That's why sometimes they call it as rice water because it resembles the rice water. Okay, it says here the body usually manage fluid and electrolyte imbalances successfully through replacing lost fluid and mineral with water and regular food. However, certain situations or medication can overwhelm the body's ability to compensate. For example, conditions such as vomiting, diarrhea, okay, adrenal gland disorder, and uncontrolled diabetes can lead to electrolyte imbalance and dehydration. Okay, usually the diseases, okay, like, and also infection like cholera, it all can impact the ability of body to regulate the water. Okay, and you can read the rest yourself, right? Especially the part whereby you can use certain chemical formula to replace the lost electrolytes in the body. Okay, or sometimes maybe we can drink coconut water because it also contains a lot of potassium and electrolytes that can rebalance the water in the body. Okay, as you can see in the first picture, the body will show you whether you have enough water or not based on the color of the urine. Okay, the more intense the yellow color is, the less water that you have in the body. Okay, secondly, this table actually shows that all kind of food they will have certain kind of water. Okay, especially the fruits and vegetables, they will contain a lot of water. Okay, and fruits such as legumes and also nuts, they will have less water, but still some proportion of water is in this dry fruit. And the last picture is about sign of dehydration as well. So it says here maybe sometimes if you are dehydrated, you maybe get hysteria or delirium, or maybe you don't have the right mind. Okay, so maybe in your hostel back then, if you have hysteria, means maybe because you don't drink enough water. Okay, it says here the body maintains water balance to achieve hemostasis, excreting at least 500 ml of water through urine. Water intoxication if you take too much water, and it can cause the cell to burst, okay, because of osmotic reaction. Okay, dietary sources of water include beverages, food with high water content. Okay, for example, during this fasting month, we eat a lot of watermelon. Okay, I think watermelon is about 98% water, and the rest is maybe fiber. Water intake recommendation vary based on factors such as diet, okay, activity level, maybe because if you are a very physical person, and also environmental condition, like right now, it's very hot and humid, so we sweat a lot. Okay, so we need to take more water. Alcohol act as diuretic and may impair health, so moderate intake is advised. Okay, so you can drink alcohol, but take in moderation because it can cause the water to be expelled from the body. Soft and hard water is not very important, but just as you know, it actually refers to the amount of the electrolyte inside this water. Bottled water is popular choice, but may not be safer than tap water. Okay, especially in the developed countries, okay, whereby they have a very good water water system. Okay, so they already clean up the water and you can drink the water directly from the tap. Okay, micronutrient is required in small amount, so that's why the name is micro. Milligram and microgram daily. Okay, usually it consists of vitamin and mineral. Okay, micronutrient is important for immunity, okay, energy metabolism, as you can see in glycolysis, antioxidant system, for example, vitamin A, C, and E, also for bone health, okay, for example, vitamin D and calcium, fluid and electrolyte balance, especially in mineral, for example, sodium and potassium, and also blood health, okay, for example, the vitamin K. Okay, for vitamins, okay, they are usually organic compound that have diverse function. Okay, they are essential, means that we need to take them from the food. Okay, third, some vitamins available from food in inactive form, known as precursor. Okay, sometimes you call them as pro. Okay, you have, if you ever heard about provitamin A, it means that it is the inactive form of vitamin A. Once it's entered into the body, it can be activated through the action of digestive system or action of liver. They are usually they are not energy yielding. Only the macronutrient is energy yielding. Okay, but they help or participate in the energy production, as you can see during the glycolysis, TCA cycle, and electron transport chain. Okay, the most I think obvious example is the NADH, okay, from vitamin B1 and FADH2 from vitamin B2 or maybe B3. I don't really remember. Okay, vitamins, they regulate many chemical processes in the body and they are very vulnerable to distraction. Okay, for example, heat, light, oxygen, and some are very water soluble. So when you cook in hot water, for example, if you cook some vegetable, okay, this vitamin can leach out into the water and the vegetable itself will have less vitamin. Okay, these are the types of vitamin. You can read the function yourself. Okay, but basically vitamin A is important for the sight and also for the immune reaction. B vitamins is important for energy yielding reaction. Okay, vitamin C is known for its antioxidant activities and also help to make certain kind of protein inside the body, for example collagen. Vitamin D, you know, okay, vitamin E usually act as antioxidant and they actually act very well with vitamin C. Later we'll take a look. Okay? And vitamin K is for the blood clotting. Okay, typically can be classified based on solubility, which is the first one is water soluble and second one is fat soluble. Because this vitamin, the first one, water soluble, is soluble in water, so they are easily excreted in the urine. Okay, so they cannot be really stored in the body. So first, they are not toxic. Secondly, you need to take this kind of vitamin constantly, okay, because we are not storing them in the body. Okay. Compared to the fat soluble vitamin, for example, vitamin A, if you eat too much, okay, one of the example is some people can die from eating the liver of polar bear. Okay, because this polar bear eat a lot of salmon, so they retain a lot of vitamin A in the liver. So when we eat the liver of polar bear, we can die because vitamin A is fat soluble and they can be stored up to high toxicity in the body. Okay, so these are the summary of water soluble vitamin and choline. Okay, the picture is not really clear. Okay, but basically is you can see here the sources, the recommended intake, okay, the major function, deficiency, disorder, and symptom, this one group of risk of deficiency and toxicity. Okay, and for this one is usually for the vitamin B. As you can see, I just want to highlight certain important things. The first one is they are very important as coenzyme. Secondly, usually you can get them from animal and vegetable sources. Okay, the usual one that we usually eat. Okay, so if you don't really eat animal sources, it will be sorry. If you don't really eat animal sources, you maybe need to take some supplement to cover the shortcoming of this vitamin. Okay, but if you are resourceful enough, you actually can find some vegetable and fruit that can have high amount of vitamin B, and you can replace this one with this kind of vegetable, okay, especially nuts and legumes. Secondly, I just want to highlight about the deficiency of this product. Sorry, the deficiency of this vitamin. The risk factor, the first one, if you are alcoholic, okay, because alcohol can damage the lining of the stomach and cause this vitamin to be not be able to absorb adequately. Okay, second, if you are a woman, and the third one, if you are elderly, and the fourth one, if you are pregnant. Okay, so you need to take note about this condition. Also, this table include one non-vitamin, but very close to vitamin. We call this as choline. Okay, this choline, although it's not vitamin, but they are almost essential. Okay, so you still need to take choline in sufficient amount to get a good, especially the good neurological condition in the body. Okay, so the water soluble vitamins, okay, as you know, is the group of vitamin B and also vitamin C. Okay, and the fat soluble is A, D, E, K. Okay, for the first one, thiamine. Okay, another name is vitamin B1. The chief function in the body is part of coenzyme TPP. Okay, used in energy metabolism, especially if you see pyruvate dehydrogenase complex. Okay, whereby the pyruvate is being converted to acetyl-CoA. Second is important for nerve impulses, and the third one is for normal appetite. Okay, I'm not sure whether if you have deficiency in this vitamin, you will become more hungry or less hungry, but I guess it's less hungry. Okay, you don't have appetite. Okay, so these sources you can read it yourself, and as I told you earlier, it is easily destroyed by certain environmental conditions such as heat. Okay, second, or not second, this is still about timing. Okay, the famous condition whereby you are very deficient in thiamine is beriberi. Okay, the first one is wet by with edema, means with the accumulation of liquid. And if you press your thumb on the feet of people with edema, okay, usually you will leave this mark. Okay, it will slowly go back to its normal appearance, okay, but very slowly. Okay, second, dry with muscle wasting, and okay, and also it can uh, impact your heart. Toxicity symptom is none, okay, because this one is water soluble, okay, so they are not really retained in the body. And the risk factor is if you eat a lot of meal rice, means the white rice, okay, because most of the timing is actually on the outside the brown layer of the rice. Okay. Certain fish and vegetable, if you don't eat them, because they have a lot of thiamine, okay, and also if you take alcohol. Okay, second, vitamin riboflavin. Okay, then the name is vitamin B2. The chief function is for FAD. Okay, as I told you earlier, FAD is very important in energy metabolism. The deficiency usually cause a riboflavinosis, inflammation of mouth and lips. Okay, usually the doctors will know lah. And as usual, no toxicity symptom. Okay, this is the reaction of FAD plus into FADH2, okay, whereby it can receive the hydrogen and bring the electron to electron transport chain, okay, to generate the energy. The riboflavin sources is usually the animal product. Okay, that's why I told you, if you're a vegetarian, you need to find a way around this one. Whether eat some vegetable that are very rich in riboflavin or take some supplement. and they are easily destroyed by ultraviolet light and irradiation. So that's why when we buy the multivitamins, they are being put in the amber bottles, okay, to protect from the UV light and irradiation. Okay, so milk is stored in opaque containers. Okay, the next one is NAD plus, okay, into NADH. Okay, this is a pretty popular vitamin as well. Okay, similar to FAD, okay, the function. And as you can see here, animal product is also a significant source of niacin. Okay, so important for you to know. Okay, the niacin deficiency usually manifested in 4Ds. Okay, the first one is diarrhea. Okay, the first D. Second is dermatitis. Next is dementia, and finally death. Okay, death is not usually a symptom lah because you are already dead, right? So we call this one as 4D. This is a very popular question for objective question in test. Okay, the next one is biotin, vitamin B7. Actually, it should be vitamin B5 first. I don't know why it jumped to vitamin B7, but we just take a look at biotin first, right? Part of coenzyme used in energy metabolism, fat synthesis, and amino acid metabolism, and glycogen synthesis. One of the special thing about biotin is they are usually involved in protein metabolism, while the other vitamin B, they are not really involved in protein metabolism. Also in red here, it says also produced by GI bacteria. So it is important for you to keep a healthy population of GI bacteria. If you have a diarrhea or something, try to consume probiotic again so that you can repopulate the bacteria in the stomach. Okay, deficiency symptom, okay, there are a lot, okay, but usually you don't really have deficiency in biotin, okay, unless you are living in a very poverty area, okay, because they can be present in a lot of different food, okay, and as usual, no toxicity. Okay, now we go back to pantothenic acid. Okay, this is a pretty popular vitamin B as well because this one is part of the CoA enzyme. Okay, you know the acetyl-CoA from the pyruvate. Okay, the CoA itself actually comes from vitamin B5. Okay, also widespread in food and easily destroyed. For vitamin B6, okay, we call as pyridoxine. Okay, part of enzyme PLP and PMP that is used in amino acid and fatty acid metabolism. Okay, almost similar to biotin. This one involved in the protein metabolism, but not as much as vitamin B7. Helps to convert tryptophan to niacin and serotonin, a brain hormone. Okay, and also helps to make red blood cell. Okay, the significant sources, as you can see, cereal and some vegetable and also animal product. Okay, this is the toxicity symptoms. Okay, maybe you can read it by yourself. Okay, next, vitamin B9. Okay, a very popular and important vitamin for pregnant women. Okay, folate activation needs vitamin B12. Okay, vitamin B12 and B9, they are almost like siblings. They are important to each other. Okay, similar to vitamin C and vitamin E. As you can see from here, in food, folate naturally occurs as polyglutamate. Okay, in the intestine, digestion will break the glutamates off and adds a methyl group. Okay, in green, okay, it will cut the polyglutamate chain and attach the methyl group to the folate. But in this form, it is inactive. Then the vitamin B12 will come and cut the methyl group from vitamin B9 and activate the B9. Okay, and when the vitamin B12 binds to methyl group, it itself will be activated. Okay, so that's why they are related to each other. Okay, folate, the chief function, okay, is used in DNA synthesis and therefore important in new cell formation. Okay, the toxicity symptoms is it can mask the vitamin B12 deficiency system, especially the anemia. Okay, this one, if you need further explanation, you can always text or come and see me. Okay, this one is folate deficiency and neurotube defect. Okay, one of the most popular folate deficiency in babies. Okay, so if you are pregnant and you don't take enough of this vitamin, you can form this condition we call as spina bifida, whereby your spine will be exposed at the back of the baby, and the baby usually will get mental retardation and also paralysis. Okay, because this involves the brain. Okay, the spine is always related to the brain. Okay, as you can see from here, the spine is actually exposed in the spina bifida. Okay, this one is the significant sources, for example, fortified grain, leafy green vegetable, and liver. But for pregnant women, these sources itself is not enough. You need to take some supplement, okay, in order to get enough folate for the pregnant woman. Okay, vitamin B12, okay, are related to the vitamin B9, as you can see just now, and it is important for the new cell synthesis as well. Very similar to B9. But if you don't have enough of this vitamin, okay, especially if you don't consume animal product, okay, as you can see here, it's very important. It can be sourced a lot in animal product lah. In cereal, you can get it, but only the fortified ones. It can cause pernicious anemia. Okay, usually I call megaloblastic anemia, whereby this red blood cell cannot function, cannot divide completely and form a very red blood cell that is not very efficient in transporting oxygen. And also it will have nucleus, because usually the red blood cell don't have nucleus. Okay, so you get anemia. But if you consume less vitamin B12 and a lot of folate, sometimes some symptoms of the anemia will be masked by vitamin B9, but it doesn't cure the anemia itself. Okay, so sometimes that's why you need to take both vitamin at the same time for the pregnant woman. So the summary, the first one, it is important as coenzyme, vitamin B. Second, okay, thiamine, riboflavin, niacin, and pantothenic acid, important in energy metabolism. Okay, B6 involved in protein metabolism, and also B7 to some extent. And finally, folate and vitamin B12 involved in cell replication. Okay. The B vitamin deficiency in general, okay, if the doctors want to check, you will have glossitis, a signal of deficiency of riboflavin, niacin, B6, folate, or B12, whereby your tongue will become like balloon, okay, instead of rough surfaces. Second, you have ulceration near mouth due to riboflavin deficiency. Okay, this is the metabolic pathway. You have gone through this one a lot, okay, during the biochemistry lesson. Okay, vitamin C, okay, very popular as well. Okay, important for collagen synthesis. Therefore, it can strengthen blood vessel wall, form scar tissue, and provide symmetry for bone growth. That's why if you don't have enough vitamin C, your teeth can come out because no collagen to retain the teeth. Okay, also important as antioxidant, amino acid metabolism. Okay, strengthen resistance to infection. It is said that it can strengthen the immune system cell, okay, to fight the infection. Also helps in absorption of iron. Okay, these are the sources. Okay, as you know, okay, citrus fruit, cabbage, vegetable, lettuce, okay, usually the fruits, right? And in Malaysia, guava is a very rich vitamin C sources, okay, 4 times more than orange, okay, but they are easily destroyed by heat and oxygen. Okay, disease is scurvy, you all know about this one. Okay, also some other symptoms, for example, anemia, plaques, okay, hemorrhages, poor wound healing because not enough collagen, okay, and muscle degeneration and pain because not enough collagen as well. Okay, sometimes you can get hysteria, depression, and so on. Okay, this one is the scurvy, gums. Okay, this one is the hemorrhages, small red spot appear in the skin, okay, which indicate that you are bleeding internally, okay, because of the lack of vitamin C. Okay, for the fat soluble vitamin, okay, it will require bile for absorption, very similar to the absorption of the fat. Also requires the protein carriers, the lipoprotein. In fact, they are actually being transported together with the fat, okay, in the lipoprotein, okay, chylomicron. Next, excess stored in liver and adipose tissue, so it can become toxic, okay, and it can become in a condition we call as hypervitaminosis. So these are the function, the summary of the fat soluble vitamin, the deficiency symptom and toxicity. I hope you can read it by yourself in this table. Okay, for vitamin A, there are 3 different forms, okay, retinol, retinol, and retinoic acid. Okay, and several provitamin from plant, which is inactive and will be activated in the body. Okay, precursor are carotenoids such as beta carotene from plant. Okay, and special protein in the body called as RBP picks up vitamin A and carries in the blood. Okay, because it is fat soluble, so it needs some kind of protein binding to transport it to make it soluble in the blood. Okay, as you can see from here, retinol, and retinoic acid are different forms of vitamin A, and they are actually sourced from different sources. For example, for the retinol, comes from plant, and retinol comes from animal. Okay, so their toxicity can be different based on the sources. It is said that if you eat a lot of carrot, mostly you will turn orange, and then you will be fine. But if you eat vitamin A from the animal, it can retain in the body, and you can die from the excessive consumption of vitamin A. These are the pro vitamin A. Okay, the brown colored figure is provitamin A, whereby the cutting of this molecule will produce two vitamin A. Or if the cutting is somewhere else, not in the middle, it will produce one vitamin A and one not vitamin A. So depends on where the enzyme is cutting the beta carotene. Okay? And the different form of vitamin A is actually based on the functional group at the end of the vitamin A group. Okay, this one, like I said to you, beta carotene from retinol, but retinol ester comes from animal food, and they are more dangerous than beta carotene from the plant sources. Okay, they have multiple function, for example, vision, okay, for the eyes, bone and tooth, reproduction and immunity. But deficiency can lead to night blindness, okay, susceptible to infection because of their role in immunity, animal and keratosis persist skin condition. Right? Okay, vitamin A, significant food sources, of course, the first one from animal and the second one from the plant. Okay, they are quite widespread in the food, especially with the color. Okay, vitamin A poor, of course, with fast food. Okay, fast food usually is a very poor in nutrient, except for the macronutrient. Okay, vitamin A rich from liver, fish oil, and vegetable, like I said to you earlier. Okay, vitamin D, there are five different types of vitamin D. Okay, just now for vitamin A, there are three types, but for vitamin D, there are five types. Sometimes we call it vitamins. Okay, and they are very important for bone and teeth. Okay, these are the mechanism for the production of the active vitamin D. Okay, and how they are very important and how they work together with calcium to strengthen the bone. Okay, this is the function. Okay, they increase the strength of the bone, okay, by raises blood calcium and phosphorus by increasing the absorption from digestive tract. Okay, pretty straightforward. Okay, significant sources of vitamin D. Okay, usually you don't really need these sources because it can be synthesized, okay, from the sun. But for the people who live in certain area where the sun is very limited, okay, you do need to take more vitamin D from the food. Okay, vitamin E, okay, active form is alpha tocopherol. There are 8 vitamins, okay, more than vitamin D and vitamin A, and they are easily destroyed by heat and oxygen. But it still depends on the vitamins. Okay, for example, tocotrienol is much heat resistant compared to tocopherol. The main function is as antioxidant, and it is said that tocotrienol have much better or greater antioxidant activities than tocopherol. Okay, as you can know, the antioxidant is very important to arrest the oxidation or the reactive oxygen species that can damage the lipid and DNA in the body by donating the extra electron that they have, okay, and stop the reaction. This is the antioxidant action. You can read it yourself. Okay. I think the important one. Oh, I missed this one. How do I go back? Okay. Sorry. Later you take a look back at the slide. Okay, you can see the important relation between vitamin C, and vitamin E. Okay, whereby when vitamin E donate their electron, it becomes inactive. Okay, and vitamin C can donate the electron to vitamin E to make it active again. Okay, in the process, vitamin C becomes inactive and it can be replenished by glutathione, okay, in the body. Okay. The last vitamin, okay, which is vitamin K. Okay, there are two major types. The first one is K1 and the second one is K2. Okay, animal and fermented food. In fact, for the K2, it can also be produced by the bacteria in your stomach. Okay. Function in the body is this is for blood clotting protein and bone protein that regulate the blood calcium. Okay, you can see the mechanism yourself. Okay, the chemical sources it says here, bacterial synthesis in the digestive tract, okay, liver, leafy green vegetable, and also milk. Okay, so this is a summary. Okay, basically just the everything that I told you just now. Okay, you can take a look yourself. Okay, pretty straightforward. Okay, antioxidant, the substances that are able to neutralize reactive molecule and reduce oxidative damage. Okay, result of the metabolic process and environmental sources. Okay, what it means by this one? If you remember, the electron transport chain involved the shuttle of electron from complex 1 to complex 4 before complex 5 or ATP synthase produce the ATP. But along the way, sometimes the electron can slip from these complexes. Okay, and this slippage can cause the formation of reactive oxygen species, okay, that form the hydrogen peroxide. Okay, this one is what meant by result of metabolic processes. And the environmental sources actually can come from the UV light and also the air that we breathe in. It says here vitamin C, vitamin E, beta carotene, vitamin E, selenium, iron, zinc, copper, and manganese can act as antioxidant. Okay, the exogenous antioxidant. And we also have endogenous antioxidant in the form of glutathione and so on. Okay, this one is a formation of the reactive oxygen species that I told you just now. Okay, from oxygen. Okay, and then they can get extra electron from the electron transport chain and eventually from the hydroxyl radical. Oh, it's here actually, how vitamin E can help reduce the or arrest the damage done by the free radical. Okay, active vitamin E will react with a lipid that is undergoing the destruction by the free radical. Okay, and it will donate the electron and the lipid becomes stable. But in the process, vitamin E will become inactive. But this inactive vitamin E can be activated by vitamin C again. Okay, and vitamin C in this process will become sort of inactive. Okay, but this vitamin C can be activated by our endogenous antioxidant system again. Okay, which usually the glutathione. Okay, finally, mineral should be the easiest one. Okay, it is inorganic element compared to vitamin just now. They are organic element. This one is inorganic. Okay, play a vital role in bone and blood health, fluid balance, cofactors in energy production and muscle contraction, and nerve transmission. The groups, the first one is major minerals, okay, in large amount, and secondly, trace mineral in small amount. Okay, major, you need to consume a lot lah. Okay, at least 5 grams in the mineral in the body. Okay, trace, consume just a little is enough. Okay, these are some of the benefits of the minerals in the body. Okay, minerals usually remain intact during digestion. In fact, they are very resistant towards many different kind of factors compared to vitamin. Vitamin is very sensitive, but mineral is very strong. Okay, minerals are not destroyed by heat, acid, oxygen, or UV. Some minerals may interact with each other. The presence or absence of one may affect the absorption, metabolism, or excretion of another mineral or another vitamin. Okay, these are some of the factors that can affect the mineral bioavailability. Okay, for example, deficiency in a mineral can increase certain absorption. Cooking increases the bioavailability of mineral in vacuums. Vitamin C can increase, okay, and so on. Okay, factors that reduce binders such as oxalate found in some vegetable. Okay, these binders sometimes we call as anti-nutrient. Okay, same as phytates and polyphenol. Okay, supplementation of single mineral affect absorption of competing mineral. Okay, so they can affect each other. Okay, example calcium and phosphorus. There are many other different minerals, but we just take some of the important ones. The calcium and phosphorus, they are very important to help build and maintain healthy bones and teeth, help heart, nerve, and muscle to work properly. Okay, the food sources usually from dairy product. Deficiency of calcium and phosphorus can lead to osteoporosis. Okay, sodium, another example. Okay, which we consume a lot from our salt, from our food nowadays. Okay, function in the body helps maintain the right balance of fluid in your body, help transmit nerve impulses, and influence your contraction and relaxation of muscle. Excess sodium can lead to hypertension, high blood pressure, because it can retain more water in the blood. A condition can lead to CVD and kidney diseases. Okay, this one is a comparison of sodium and potassium content in food. As you can see, all of these natural food, when they are being processed, the ratio of sodium will increase significantly compared to potassium. Okay, so that's why we are consuming too much sodium nowadays. Okay, the next examples are iron and iodine. Okay, because this usually the example is related to each other. Okay, for example, iron and iodine, they are related to each other. It's a vital part of hemoglobin, a substance in red blood cell. Okay, insufficient may cause anemia, disease in which the body has either too few red blood cell or too little hemoglobin. Okay, anemia is, anemia is not enough red blood cell, or the red blood cell don't have enough oxygen, and so on. Iodine is needed for the thyroid gland to function properly. The thyroid gland produces hormone that control how quickly chemical reaction occur in our body. Too little iodine, thyroid gland enlarge. The primary sources are seafood and iodized table salt. So grams in human body. Okay, calcium we need the most at 1200, followed by phosphorus, then potassium, sulfur, sodium, and so on. Okay, so I think the first five, or maybe the first four, is actually considered as major mineral. Okay? And the rest, oh sorry, it's here actually. Major minerals is up to magnesium, but some trace mineral is less than 10 mg in human body at one time. Okay, so summary, take home message for the entire lecture is, sorry, not the entire lecture, just for the mineral. Okay, the first one is fluid balance is important with sodium, chloride, potassium. Nerve impulse transmission for muscle contraction and regulation of blood pressure. Energy metabolism by phosphorus and magnesium. And structure of bone and teeth is calcium, phosphorus, and magnesium.